Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of The Uncertainty of Pissing It Down Part 2. I am Rawrquaza, and we are going to be playing as some Angie. You know what? The dice has spoken. The die has spoken. We'll do it. I'm very excited. There's big things to talk about. Hold on, let me just real quick. I don't know. I don't remember what my audio is supposed to be at. I think my music volume is a little high, though. If you audio problems, tell me. That's basically it. Actually, I feel like now it's really quiet. Dude, I don't know. This seems good to me. Okay, so what's going on? What's the big thing? Well, I mean, clearly it's June, and there's going to be an update. But now we have news, and we have information. The news and information has happened. Today, the day of recording, and also the day of upload, probably, I'm hoping, is June 11th. On June 12th, there's going to be a... It's E3 is happening already right now, but there's going to be a thing at E3 about, like, an announcement bit about what's happening in Risk of Rain 2. And that's cool for a number of reasons. Number one, it means that we're going to get more information. Number two, it means that Risk of Rain 2 is going to get some press coverage, which is sweet. Gearbox is actually doing their job, publishing the game, getting more eyes on it. I like it. I'm very excited. We have the name of the update. It's Scorched Acres. We have a teaser image, which is, like, Commando with a crown of thorns. Martyr's crown on him. And he's sitting in an orange land that looks sort of like the default, like, image on the box art, right? But it, is instead orange land, and there's some fences and shit. What else we got? There's, the big other thing is that there's a giant, like, it's a censored image of perhaps some sort of mechanical spider. And I'm hoping that that's the enemy that we get, is mechanical spider. But that might also be the character. It's probably not the character. It's probably, it looks like a mechanical spider. It could also be some sort of new player, but I don't think so. That looks to me like an enemy. Maybe potentially, I don't know. It could be a couple different things. It looks like it has a lot of protrusions on it. The link to this is, by the way, in the description. You can check it out yourself. There's a lot of protrusions. So, like, one possibility is that maybe it's like the new take on the scavenger. Maybe it's like a little robot that goes around picking up items or something, so it's got some items attached to it. Or if it's the mechanical spider, that would also make sense, and it's just like a bunch of gears and shit. Maybe it's the player character. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe it's like an item that summons a weird-ass robot. Anything could happen. I'm excited. I'm very excited for all of it. I'm gonna do one of these and another one of these, and then we're gonna go really quick over here, pick up those items right there, and by those I mean that item, and then we're gonna hit the button. Maybe I'll check up top as well, but it's exciting. So if you're interested, the stream is on the 12th. Hope will be on IGN Live at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. And then on the 13th, they will be live on Twitch at 1:45 Pacific time. Scorched Acres. Free update. Very exciting. I'm very excited. It's gonna be good. Basically, they could give us nothing, and I would still be excited. But we're getting something. It's gonna be something new, and I'm excited for it. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got. I'm very ready. My body is ready. I need this to happen. I've been playing Risk of Rain. No, I haven't. I've been not streaming recently because of life, but when I have been streaming, I've been streaming Path of Exile recently. The big ol' Path of Exile update happened, and it's pretty good. Having a lot of fun with that. But I will continue to stream Risk of Rain, especially with the update happening so soon. Ow. I probably shouldn't have done that. Now I'm worried about dying. Actually, we're fine. Very easy. Hello. Please walk into these mines. Thank you. Got him. Don't kill my drone. I need him. He's my only friend in this godforsaken wasteland. So... that's coming out. I'm very excited. New character, dude. I can't wait. I wonder if there's gonna be, like... actual hazards? Scorched Acres, is it just a... you know, burned down forest, or are we talking like, I don't know, some freaking, really quick, let me just look out here. We have an item over there, potentially. We have something down there. What the heck is that? It's a drone, alright. Are there gonna be, like, environmental, like, burning ground or something? Or is it just... is there lava? Is there lava? Lava? There wasn't any lava in the screenshot. There's like some weird structures though. It looks like an amphitheater or something in the image. I don't know what that's all about. But I'm excited nonetheless. Whatever it ends up being. New stage? Who knows? Is it going to be an alternate for the... ice stage? That would be kind of cool. It could be anything. I don't know. I'm excited. It's probably going to be an alternate for one of the two stages that have only two possibilities, right? I don't know. Hold on. So, on the Risk of Rain 2 Discord, there was a poll. Where do you think the new stage Scorched Acres will belong? Third version of the first stage, third version of the second stage, second version of the third, second version of the fourth, or the fifth stage. My money... Wah, my bubble in my throat. My money is on it being the second version of one of the two stages that that doesn't have an alternate. So either the third or fourth, with the big money being on the third, I think. But, I mean, it really could be anything. It could be just, oh, hey, here's another fourth stage with fire on it. It kind of makes sense to me that the fourth stage would be, like, have ice or something. I don't know, because it's already got fire. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice your love. And, you know, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. He's got a Hopo Feather in the picture. He's got the Crown of Thorns. Probably Game of Thrones or Martyr's Crowns. It's gotta be something like that. My money is on it just being called Martyr's Crown or something along those lines. But it would be cool if it was like, you know, anti-head stompers. Anti-head stompers. Because, you know, spikes. Protection from being stomped. There's spikes on your head. I think if you had actual spikes on your head... I don't know. Ask deer. Deer have actual spikes on their heads. Like, I would be worried... Okay, there's two things. There's horns and there's antlers, right? Horns are solid. They're actual parts of the bone. No, sorry. Antlers are solid. They're actual parts of the bone. Horns are hollow. And I don't know. Are they not bone? Maybe they're not bone. Maybe that's not a part of it. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Or chat, or you'll tell me in the comments. Either way. But, like, they're two different things. I wonder... Because, like, goats... The goats have horns. What I'm getting at here, the goats that, like, headbutt each other, their horns are curved, and they're designed to withstand impact because, you know, they actually do run at each other as, like, a thing. It's like a thing that their species does. They smash their heads into each other. So they're designed for impact. Same thing to a certain extent with, like, antlers of deer. But if you have, like, a horns, or, you know, spikes, think, Darth Maul, spikes on your head, and you headbutt something, like, that's definitely gonna cause some, like, aren't you gonna, at some point, fracture your skull? Like, that seems a little bit dangerous to have. And I guess they must have, like, very strong skulls if they're smashing their heads into each other, but head spikes that are, you know, these characters are wearing, like, spacesuits with synthetic helmets. Isn't that, like... If you put spikes on there and something smashes down on your head, isn't it going to help rupture the helmet and maybe drive those spikes into your skull? It doesn't seem like a good time to me. But, you know, whatever. It's a video game. Who cares? I don't know. I wonder what it'll be. It's very exciting. I mean, thorns are definitely a... very known game trope, right? You got reflect damage, right? When things hit you, they take damage. You got, you know, when you block things, or... Don't kill my boy. And also, I count as I am part of my boy. So, I mean, it seems pretty straightforward that they might be some sort of damage reflection or retributive item. Perhaps. Backup's potentially alright. We're playing as Angie. I don't play as Angie a lot, because I think Angie is very, very strong. And he's also a little bit boring to me, and which is interesting to me, because I often say in video games that I like to play as pet classes. And this is definitely the pet class right now. There's no other class has a thing that you create that does things by itself, kills enemies for you. This is as pet as we get. Other than, I mean, you can buy drones, but those are temporary. And you can get, you know, Big Beetle Lad. Big Beetle Lad's pretty good. What? Oh, he got sucked. Unfortunate. I don't really know why I'm killing him. I guess the money. We do need some items. Ooh, jumpy boys. That's very good. It's gonna allow us to mobility much better. Ooh, infusion I'm not gonna take, because I want to keep my hobo feather. But anyway, I think that Angie is very strong, and that's okay. It's good to have strong runs sometimes. Why is Angie strong? Because you get 2 freaking boys proccing all of your items. So every item you pick up is triply effective. Or all the on-hit effects are triply effective. And all, like, you got, if you pick up, you know, some of the good ones, it's even better because things like Tesla Coil being the big one. No other character gets that. Turrets are very strong. Their proc coefficient is the same as anyone else. It's 1. They proc things at 100% chance. You're already like, if you just only put down turrets, you are already twice as strong as Commando, basically, in terms of firing off items. Now, you know, they do fire a little bit slower than Commando, but there's 2 of them. And they both benefit from, I don't know. It's just very strong. And it gets even stronger when you start factoring in your other skills and potential, you know, Tesla coils, that sort of thing. I don't think we can get up there. But enough about how OP Angie is. It's not even a bad thing. I wonder if we'll ever fix this, where you can't charge up and run. Because this, honestly, this animation is terrible. Where you start charging before you sprint, and then you sprint. And other characters can do that too. What is the Artificer? I'm drawing a blank on the Artificer's name for some reason. Artificer can start right-click charge, then start sprinting, and then release the right-click charge. But I think Angie takes advantage of that the best. Alright. Yeah, my money is on Rally Point Delta having the alternate stage. Although this stage does have special significance with regards to loops, because you do need this stage in order to both Order Shrine and Celestial Portal. So it's interesting if they do make an alternate for the stage. Maybe that's a point against the possibility of this being the alternate, or Scorched Acres being the alternate to this stage, because that, in a world where Scorched Acres is the alternate, that means that you would, unless they make it so that the Celestial Portal appears on Celestial or Scorched Acres, then there would be a 50% chance to just not get the correct stage. And you also, the other thing is Order Shrines, right? It's interesting to me, one of the things in this game, different levels seem to have different, different stages have different, like, things that are unique to them. And I don't know if that's always the plan, or if they're gonna be... So, examples, we got, on this stage, you have Order Shrines. And that's nowhere else. On, the forest one, there's those shrines that give you the Shrines of the Woods. On the 4th stage, there's Tier 3 chests. Now, I don't know if these things are actually supposed to be exclusive, but they definitely are right now. I don't know if they're always going to be. That's kind of an interesting thing, you know? I wonder if every stage is eventually going to get its own individual, specific thing, or if we're going to start seeing it spread things out a little bit. Clean up this mess. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. This run is pretty mediocre so far. but it's getting better all the time. Oh, this is a spooky boss. Okay, that turret is probably dead. No, we're fine. There's my box. I'm not standing inside the circle. Don't blow up my boy. I'm worried about these balls. I'm excited for the new boss. Or new enemies. If it is a mechanical spider, that'll be exciting. I don't know what it'll do, you know? Mechanical spiders in Risk of Rain 1 are known for being just annoying, sort of high damage dealing boys that... Oh my god. No, I need to live. Oh! I've been blasted to safety, thank you. Incredible. Another hopo feather. Okay, I think this is a good spot. Dunestrider's gonna try to get up here. And they can almost make it most of the way. But you know what? That's okay. Having 2 hopo feathers is very nice. That's pretty good mobility. Oh, hello. Turrets are very strong, doing most of the work here. And right here, he's not able to hit us with his most devastating attack. The homing balls of bad balls. Dude. Mobility, look at this. This is good. This gives us the horizontal mobility that we need. 2 klabongs is the sweet spot that I tell everybody that I meet. 2 klabongs puts us in the correct ability to just, you know, freely dodge whatever we need. Definitely want this. That's more damage. Another infusion printer. We're getting a lot of printers, which is good. We're not getting a lot of good printers. Or at least great ones. But that's okay. I'm gonna grab a couple of quick items here. Definitely this attack speed is great. And then, I mean, I could go up here. Let's just check over here. There's possibly some stuff up there, but I'm not super worried about it. That's a thing. We're doing pretty well. Our item economy is going well. We've got a fairly good start here. The thing that we don't have is any healing, like big boy healing. We do have 2 cautious slugs, and we do have mobility. So, like, we're mostly taken care of. Because we have the mobility to potentially stay away from things, but it becomes absolutely imperative that I, you know, am able to escape things. I do want this missile launcher. Missile launcher's, like, free for us. It's very free. As much as Suck Cube is great, missiles are very strong. and they do damage, and I don't have to worry about them. I also don't have to worry about the Primordial Cube, and I was ignoring it completely, but I feel like missiles are just more proc, which is great. See what we get in here. We have shaped glass. We have blue meteorite. Oh. Well, literally the best item in the game for us. We did keep one Klabong. We didn't really lose that much in exchange for the strongest item in the game for us. So that's a hard GG, I think. Tesla Coil, of course, proccing on our turrets, making it easily. Like it's the second strongest combo in the game, behind Chungus with Engineer. We just get triple the amount of Tesla Coil. Our area of effect damage is insanely taken care of. Our single target is massively, massively improved as well. Just as a result. Oh, and yeah, we'll pick up a ukulele, very strong. Please do. And if I don't want to, I don't have to attack ever again, basically. I just put down turrets and then everything dies. Or I choose not to put down turrets and everything dies, you know, 1/3 as quickly. Getting crit is going to be important. That's a good damage increase, and also, you know, we had lost our Harvester's Scythe, but now we have it again. Attack speed is useful. Berserker's Pauldron is also potentially useful. I don't know what you do here, actually. I think you go this only because it gives us crit chance. It's 5% crit chance, but, you know, that's better than nothing. Oh, yeah, baby. Well, you know what I gotta take out of this. This is clearly a no-brainer. You always go Will-o'-the-Wisp. Forever. Easily my favorite tier 2 item. And our build is very set. We are cooking with an extreme amount of gas. We didn't lose our Hopo Feather. We lost one of our Hopo Feathers, but we were even able to keep our Hopo Feather through the conversion into Tesla Coil. Hello. I have many effects that are converging on this run being just extremely good. See, as you know, it's just, don't get me wrong, we have gotten above average luck this run, but it is really just, it's actually that easy. It's very easy to, ooh, yes. Crit is very good for us. So, interestingly, Tesla Coil operates with crit the same way that some skills do. It either crits or it does. All of it crits or none of it does. So, you'll notice every Tesla Coil arc, as long as it's active this time, was a crit. And it won't always be that way. So we get, like, big burst. Doesn't calculate it per individual arc, but per activation. And that's the same way as a lot of skills, like Flamethrower on Artificer, or the fourth skill on the Huntress, Arrow Rain. Risk of Arrow Rain. Okay, another point that I was reading about, one of the things that Hopo had said in the Discord was about the roadmap. In the roadmap it says Skills 2.0 as a very future goal. And in the Discord, Hopo had said something about, I believe the quote was, it's something that I've wanted to do for a really long time, even as far back as Risk of Rain 1. And that's interesting. I want to speculate about that, because Skills 2.0, who knows what it means? Some theories that have been floated are, you know, possibly alternative skills that you can swap out. So, you know, instead of shooting your right click is on commando, instead of being a piercing bullet, it's a short shotgun blast or something with wide range or something. It could be something like that, where people get alternate skills that you can choose like a kit of. It could be something like, one option that I thought was kind of interesting was, we had 2 golden chests. An option I found particularly interesting was, there's, so having like upgrades as you level that you get to choose between. I don't know if that one's likely, because like having a UI that you have to change on the fly. So, I mean, okay, so here's the thing. Let's take it back. And let's go on a journey, since we're just farming golden chests. Another Gearbox title. You have Battleborn, right, which is their big one. And then a lot of other titles that were considered failures. You have Aliens Colonial Marines, you have some other shit, and then you have Battleborn. Anyone hear of Battleborn? If you did, it wasn't for very long. Battleborn is like this hero shooter MOBA-like thing. And what you did hear about it was Randy Pitchford being an asshat and calling out for some friendly competition on Twitter, Overwatch, and then Overwatch does what, or Blizzard did what is, you know, in the interests of its company, and changed their release date slightly to kind of eclipse Battleborn. And there were lots of, whenever content updates got pushed, it was just it's a whole thing. And I'm not, you know, there were lots of nested problems. There wasn't very much, like, marketing. The marketing team at, like, 2K did not do their job for that game. And so, as a result, a lot of people didn't hear about Battleborn, or they did hear about it, but I need $4, please. Or they did hear about it, but they were like, oh, it's just an Overwatch clone, when in reality they're very distinctive games. And in fact, Battleborn is a very good game. It's just unfortunate that it is now completely deceased. There's, you know, it's very dead. There's nobody playing that game, literally. You think Overwatch is dead now? No, Battleborn is dead. That game has 4 players or something. But it was a very fun game. One of the systems in Battleborn was the Helix thing, Helix tree, which is like, whenever you level up in match, you have these skills that you can choose between, or you pick different, you know, permutations. So you might go, oh, hey, I want extra attack speed, or, oh, no, instead of that attack speed, I'll go with, you know, a slight change to how my, you know, 4th ability works, or something. And it was very interesting because it allowed for some sort of on-the-fly, game-by-game kind of matchup changes. Oh, I want to this match, instead of the normal like damage node that I take, I want to instead, for my 2nd level, take the helix that reveals stealthy characters because the sneaky boy is on the other team, and or, you know, hey, I want to do some more AoE damage because we need to wave clear these minions because the minions are, anyway. You get the idea, but maybe potentially something like that is a possibility, and I think that's something that could happen. I don't know. As far as Gearbox goes, Gearbox is publishing Risk of Rain 2. I think they're doing a great job. I don't know if that's necessarily, like, I think Gearbox is doing their job publishing. This game is getting a lot of attention. It's getting a lot of press coverage. I think they're managing their release schedule very well. I don't know how much of that would have been, you know, if this were unpublished by Gearbox, would Hopo have just released the updates quietly, and then we would have gotten a you know, a Steam update message instead of Gearbox using its publisher sway to push them to E3, where it'll be a, you know, a bigger stage and kind of a bigger event, building the hype surrounding the update to make it, you know, something that people get excited about. I think it's good. I think that's a good thing for them. It does mean that we have to possibly wait a little bit, you know, between things, but that's okay. We'll live, you know. I'm glad. I'm glad that this game isn't getting dumpstered. That's... Oh. I feel like so many games that I've played have just been utter trash. I jump on the weirdest bandwagons. I didn't play... I'll give more examples. You got Battleborn. You got, there was Fortnite before it hit the... I was playing Fortnite before the Battle Royale thing came out. Oh, no, we don't have enough money for the other chest. Shit, I wasn't paying any attention. I wonder if I can get 500 bucks. Oh, it's not looking great. I killed the boss too quickly. Oh well, whatever. Fuck it. I'm Angie, I can skip some chests. That's a big oof though. Rip. You got Destiny. I didn't play the first Destiny, which was apparently the good one. And so I was like, oh hey, I guess, you know, some of my friends are gonna play Destiny 2. They're very excited for it. And then Destiny 2 turned out to be pretty hot garbage. There's Diablo 3. I played a lot of Diablo 2, and then Diablo 3 came out and was just very unsavory. I feel like, to a certain extent, a lot of the games that I play are just cursed. This one, I'm very glad that this one is not cursed. This game is doing well. It's got quite the following. And it's very fun to play. If this, I'm just glad that this didn't flop. On so many levels. Oh. It's not even done yet. The reception. It's just so good. I think we missed fucking... On the ice stage, we missed the... Yeah, I know. I miss some chests every now and then. I'm talking, it's okay. We'll be okay. I don't know. It's good times, though. It's good times. This is a very strong run. We're gonna start covering mods, too. I'm very excited to cover mods. There's some neat stuff. I'm very excited to play the one and just mess around, you know, with things like enemies having items. You switch characters every stage, but you keep the items that you have. You just, you know, this stage I'm Engineer, next stage I'm Huntress, the stage after that I'm Commando, etc., etc. Maybe we can get some playing as enemies mods in there. Potentially. There's so much possibility for just interesting things in this game. And it's not even released yet, you know? It's very exciting. There's a mod that turns Gesture of the Drowned into a tier 3 item rather than a lunar item because they think it's too strong, so it needs to be less accessible, which I honestly, it's very strong, and I sort of agree to a certain extent. But whatever. I do miss having my second Klabong. Did you get what you wanted? Tesla Coil, yes. What did it cost? Everything. Where's the teleporter at? Oh, sprint speed, baby. Not doing so good there, eh, buddy? Guess we're gonna step on the gas tonight and fight to be your hero. Yeah. We'll be so quick as a flash, and we'll be your hero. How do you guys feel about Deadmau S, where the S is a 5? I was talking about this on stream, and I came to a consensus that I think Deadmau 5 has some alright songs. Why do I bring that up? Lady Quaza has been listening to a lot of Deadmau 5 recently because she says that she has never really listened to him before, like, a couple months ago, I guess. So she's kind of discovering it for the first time. So I kind of get to listen to basically just Strobe on repeat. Is that the name of that song? Strobe? I think it might be. Oh, it's really hot in here. Not in the game. In the real life. It's 95! 95! It's like 34 degrees Celsius. Or something. That's crazy. I'm in Oregon. Oregon is not known for its million heat times. Ugh, I mean, recently I guess it sort of is in the summer, but it's just, I want my winter back. I want it to be raining again. Gotta go turn on the AC. I mean, at least we have AC. God, living without AC. Holy shit. If you're in a place where it's hot and you don't have AC, you're actually... that's the worst part of poverty. Or cars that don't have AC? Oh boy. God, that's rough. That is rough living. That's one of those things that I would miss the most, I think, about being poor. Not that I am not poor, but like, you know, it's one of those things I appreciate about having, you know, some level of good fortune to be able to have that in my life. It's one of those creature comforts that I think I would desperately, desperately miss. How do air conditioners work? I need the, like... There used to be this book that I read when I was little. I would go over to my grandmother's house, and she had it, and it was like an illustrated book called How Stuff Works, I think. That's the name. And it was a really cool book. It was very thick. It had all sorts of all sorts of things, and you know, it'd have like how levers work, but it also had like how internal combustion engines worked, and it would do like detailed illustrations that were interesting because it was presented sort of as this absurd like, there were people in the illustrations, but the people were really tiny, and all of the, like, inner workings of the various types of things were, like, you know, they would be climbing around on them and stuff, and there were elephants. Little tiny elephants that were, you know, the correct size for those tiny people. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what I'm talking about now, then you definitely did not read that book. because that's like one of the main things is the fucking elephants. They're great. How stuff works. I'm gonna find that book at the store when I have kids and give it to my kid, because it actually made me... It was super engaging. I learned a lot about how stuff works. Now, not that I necessarily remember a lot of the stuff, but you know, you kind of get the idea. It's not like I was committing it to memory, but it was like, you know, just a general understanding of... Like, it's not magic. Cars, you know, car internal combustion engines run... It's something along the lines of, you know, the pistons are they're controlled explosions or controlled detonations of fuel that push the pistons that rotate gears, you know, that drive the stuff. How, you know, oil wells, and it's not just like that. There's other stuff that was in that book. That's all I can think of off the top of my dome piece. But that's like one of those things that would be in the How It's Made book. How, you know, air conditioners work. And because I don't have currently, I don't think I know anything about like that process. There's some wavy bits in the front. You get a lot of condensation because when you're cooling the air. But I'm not really sure like what's going on there. Totally. A little worried about these balls. A little worried about these balls. Oh, that's a lot of balls, dude. Why are these guys being pulled out of their black tar zone? Remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you have read the How It's Made book. It's basically required now. I feel like that book was written by someone who is much smarter than I am. Makes me envious. Engineers, dude. I think that's such an interesting, like, field. If I didn't have to... Oh, boy. Ooh, it takes a lot of work, though. I don't like work. Work is hard. You gotta do something you love, and I don't love work. Oh, boy. Make sure to support me on Patreon, and also subscribe on my Twitch channel. With either real money or Twitch Prime dollars, which are fake money. But you've already paid for that service, so you might as well. How we doing? I'm just gonna step outside the teleporter really quick, just to get a quick scopey. Scope it out a little bit. What's that? Is that a drone? I don't know, whatever, honestly. Who cares? Let me out of here. Angie is Stronk. Angie was Stronk in the first game, and they removed his, like, homing rockets that just let you cheese literally any encounter. I mean, I guess I have homing rockets, literally, right now. It's pretty funny. I don't even have to do anything, and they still proc items and such. But they just, the interactions with Angie, ever since that demo, it's been clear. The demo at PAX is what I'm talking about, the PAX demo. And then subsequent interview that's on YouTube. You can can go read it. I talked to them, and they're like, hey, engineer gets bustling fungus all the time because it can't be knocked back. And they both get your turrets get your items, and I'm like, oh man, that shit's gonna be actually nuts. And then they were like, oh yeah, Nukahana's opinion is an item that when you receive healing, you shoot skulls out of your body. And I'm like, oh fuck, that build is gonna be the best build in the game. And I was half right. It's one of the best builds in the game. The best build in the game is literally just sticky bombs. But no, that's not true. The best build in the game is any number over 20 Will-o'-the-wisps. 15 is like already pretty good and probably good enough. But over 20 you're like definitely there. But this other secret is Angie doesn't even need Chungus. That's what they don't tell you. Chungus is actually just a crutch. An incredibly powerful crutch. Angie is just super powerful because of the turrets. That's his secret mojo juice. If you take away the turrets, well, I don't know what you would do. You could still play. That person just fell through the sky. I mean, you could still do... You would probably do fine. Be interesting to kind of swap around the skills of different characters. Like, you get just 4 random skills pulled off of... That would be a neat character like Eden. I'd like to see that as a mod. You just get a normal character that uses whatever skills at random. It picks 4 of them when you start the run, and you start with like 1 random item, like Eden from Isaac. I don't know how that would work with animations. It might not even be possible, but I think that would be interesting. Perhaps one day. Are there any character mods yet? For Risk of Rain 2? Hello, I need your money. Alright. We can just do that, dude. Greater wisps are easy. No problem. Just chill out here, dude. Easy. No problem. Just don't die. Look at all these numbers. What happened to that magma worm? Did it kill itself? And now we're getting the fungus, so we cannot actually be stopped. I would not like this. Like my other item back. Also at E3. Let's talk about that. I don't know. I'm not watching any E3. I'm just getting it like secondhand. But there is a Terraria thing coming. I'm gonna have to uncork the Terraria again. Terraria Master Mode. I have this love-hate relationship with Terraria. I think the Terraria devs have done some really dumb things, in my opinion. There's the whole, like, Edge of Space shit. Edge of Space, for the uninitiated, is this other game that's sort of like a Terraria-like, you know, side-scrolling, got blocks, you fight monsters and bosses and stuff, and you upgrade your shit. And the other part of this conversation is Starbound, right? I got super hard into the Starbound train, and so I became sort of fanboy-y, like kawaii, but fanboy, for Starbound. And there was like this kind of pseudo-competition, because Terraria and Starbound are two different games, and there was a lot of like shit. Starbound was a case, I think, that the gaming community, it was the gaming community coming to terms with the fact that games take a long time to develop. And so, and it was also a case of the Starbound developers sort of maybe over-promising, I guess, on features and like how long it would take to develop those features. So there was a little bit of like miscommunication on their side, and a little bit of this is the Celestial Portal. A little bit of intolerance on the other side, on the side of the players. And then, you know, eventually Starbound did become, I think it's a fairly good game now. And it is, and that's true. But then you look at like what Terraria is championing. Terraria does this like crossover thing with Edge of Space, which is, I don't know. Is Edge of Space not just utter garbage? Like a dumpster fire? I don't know. Because if it's not, then maybe I've misread the whole situation. But it... I don't know, dude. That game seems real bad. Maybe it's just I don't like the art style. But then Terraria is sort of like... The thing that I don't like about Terraria... am I dead? No, I'm alive. The thing that I don't like about Terraria is mostly the kind of linear... perhaps I've played too much of it, and that's what makes it bad. Because I know about most of the stuff in Terraria. And it's one of those... It seems like one of these cases... I don't know, I'm not adequately... I'm just talking out loud. Okay, I guess we're up here now. Now we're down. Ouch. Oh, thank you, Teddy. It's one of those cases of, like, Steam reviews with people who have, like, 10,000 hours in a game, and they're like, oh, this game sucks. Because I actually have probably several thousand, even, potentially, hours in Terraria. Because I think the game is fun, but I think it's fun for the wrong reasons. I like playing Terraria with other people. I don't like playing Terraria for itself, maybe. It's a fun multiplayer experience for me. And, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't really know how I feel about a lot of this. I'm kind of just talking out loud. Oh, it's so hot in here. I think I need to turn on the AC, because it is bad. Pretty good damage. Not incredible, but pretty good. Summon magworms to fight. Summon imp overlords. I've summoned greater wisps. The trifecta. Well, here, check this out. Put your boys in here, and then the imp overlords can't teleport to you. They can still shoot over here, and this magworm can still come over here and mess up the turrets. But, oh, look at all these numbers. Look at all this damage. don't even know what's happening. It's just a lot of shit's happening. I think all the bosses are dead. That was very good. Let's watch how fast this turret dies. Another Klabong. I'm choosing the second Klabong over the Tesla Coil. Or not the Tesla Coil, the, not Tesla Coil. Ukulele. Hello, friend. We have some good stuff going here. Where was my teleporter? Over here. But anyway, I guess the point that I was making is I'm gonna play Terraria again. Oh my god! Negative 504. It was our it was Elite Greater Wisps. Yeah, that was the boss. Oh, wow. That's what happens when you spawn the boss and it's Greater Wisps and you don't realize it, and then they all fire at you at once. That's at least my turrets will carry on my legacy. Anyway, thank you for watching. Watch E3 Risk of Rain 2 on IGN live at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. If you're not there, you know, I'll talk about it in a video. You'll be fine. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be notified, I guess, of, like, immediately whenever I upload a video. And, yeah. Come back later. Come to my stream at twitch.tv/Rawrquaza on the day that the game releases its update, and we'll talk about stuff, and we'll try it out, and we'll try it together. It'll be great. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your continued support. I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Mwah! Bye-bye.